Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Life After Undergrad, the podcast where we keep it real about what it means to grow, pivot, and build your path after, during, or before college. I'm your host, Chnoa, and tonight, or very early this morning, we're going to talk about something super fresh. I just finished my very first Twitch stream. Like, not a test, not a maybe, I actually went live, and it was wild in the best way. I want to walk you through how it went, what I learned, and what it felt like to share my voice completely live for the very first time. Plus, I want to talk about how I shared my book Close to Fame during the stream, what that meant to me, and how this moment was bigger than just going live. So, grab your tea, coffee, late night snack, early morning breakfast, because this episode is a little reflection, a little celebration, and a whole lot of encouragement if you've been sitting on something you're scared to start. Let's start with the honest truth. I was nervous, so nervous. For most of the day, I had been tinkering with Twitch and OBS and trying to figure out how this would work with the stream and while I was streaming. If you've ever set up a stream, you know it's not just a click and go in most scenarios. I was deep in Google tabs, YouTube videos, trying to figure out what overlays were and audio inputs and webcam setups, Twitch panels, alert. And I'm gonna be real, I was overwhelmed. I was thinking, what am I even doing? I kept refreshing things, clicking buttons, testing scenes, adjusting audios, and rewatching YouTube tutorials. I even changed my outfit. Like that was gonna make me feel or do or perform differently. But none of it really made the fear go away. What finally did? Just hitting go live. In that moment I did, everything changed. When I first went live, I was a bit nervous, a bit unsure what to say, a bit unsure how to start. I was watching myself on the screen and it was completely unnatural to me, especially considering that the content that I do isn't live. It is editable. So I really just got into introducing myself and staying grounded in the moment. From introducing myself, I talked about why I started streaming. I shared how I wanted a space where I could connect, support people, and build a community. This is when I began to get a little more comfortable. My voice loosened up. My smile wasn't as nervous, and I started to flow. One of the highlights of my stream, and honestly one of the most special moments for me, was getting to talk about my novel, Close to Fame. I shared a little bit about the story, the world of the setting of the book, Streamer University, and how this book had been such a personal journey. It's about content creators, community, and navigating the lines between authenticity and ambition. It felt so surreal to not just talk about it, but actually read it live. I picked a short section at the beginning of the book and read it aloud. At first, I felt super nervous, super exposed. Like, what if no one cared? What if it sounded weird? But once I started reading, the nerves melted. Because I wasn't just sharing a story, I was sharing a piece of myself. And even if one person felt inspired or curious because of that, it was worth it. After the reading, I talked about when people can expect to see me live again. I'm thinking about a consistent schedule, maybe once or twice a week, so folks can pop in, whether it's for writing sessions, creative chats, or just to vibe together. I want to be able to build a community and a space where we can all show up, grow together, and have fun. Towards the end of the stream, something beautiful happened. I stopped streaming and started just talking. I was sitting there reflecting on what I'd just done, reading chat comments, laughing with myself at silly comments, and just feeling good about the overall outcome of this stream. It felt like a full circle moment. I started the stream nervous, unsure, overthinking every second, and I ended it relaxed, fulfilled, and proud. I even caught myself thinking, wait, did I just stream for 3 hours? Because yes, I really did. Through this journey, I wanted to share a few tips and lessons that I learned along the way just from this first stream. 1, you learn by doing. No amount of prep can prepare you to just getting in there. Now I know what I need to tweak, improve, and explore to be better for the next stream. 2, you don't need to be perfect to be powerful. I stumbled, I adjusted, I even had tech and visual hiccups, but it was still impactful and it was still a very meaningful stream, especially being my first. 3, Sharing your work in public is scary but necessary. Reading from Close to Fame Live reminded me that our stories are meant to be shared. That's where the magic happens. And it's important to hear it, especially from the person who wrote it, because you get the sense of energy, the emphasis, and what they really mean out of the writing and the work. And finally, fourth, confidence doesn't come first, it comes after. After you press start, after you speak, after you try, after you take that next step, that leap. To anyone out there who's been holding on to an idea, a goal, or a dream, but fear is keeping you on the sidelines, I see you and I get it. But let me say this, just start. Start awkward, start messy, start late, start unsure. You can figure it out while you move forward. You don't need all the answers. You just need the courage to try. Tonight I showed up scared and I left empowered. And I'm telling you now, your voice matters, your story matters, your art, your energy, your presence, it all matters. So share it. So that was a little bit of my first Twitch stream, and it came with a lot of vulnerability, joy, and chat. To anyone who tuned in, thank you. To those who will catch the next one, I can't wait to see you. And to those still thinking about hitting go live in whatever form that looks for you, do it. Because I promise it's worth it. Until next time, I'm Chnoa, and this is Life After Undergrad. Keep growing, keep trying, and keep showing up, just like I did tonight. See ya!